Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. As you all know, this is one of my favorite orchids. I am always so happy to see this one bloom, and I had to share this spike of blooms with you all. This is Foul Intensity, and I just love this orchid. So this is the first one that I've had to bloom in full water culture. The roots on this plant look fabulous. I have many new roots in here that have started in water culture. So I wanted to share that with you. I've had this plant for 6 years and decided to try her in water culture, and I'm so glad that I did. Many of you have been asking me about, do I fertilize my orchids? And in a traditional sense, I really don't. They grow and they bloom fabulously well without fertilizers. When I first started growing orchids, I did use fertilizers, and I ended up with burned roots. And it really caused me to not want to use fertilizers anymore. So when I do use fertilizers, I only fertilize foliar fertilizing. In that sense, I'm just saying I use the fertilizer on the leaves only. Some of it might seep into the roots a little bit, but I water them after that. I just don't want any of the roots to be burned by fertilizers. And what I do is I use half of a teaspoon to a quart of water, where most of them tell you to use 1 teaspoon per quart. I use half of the amount that they recommend, and I only use it on the leaves. Now what I do use is Nature's Sunshine Concentrate. I use this, I mix it up in a quart of water. I use it a teaspoon per quart of water. And I use this to keep the leaves on my orchids clean. As you see, the leaves on my orchids are very bright and shiny. And you want to make sure that they receive as much sunlight as you can possibly give them without them burning. So I am also thinking that that's a way that I am foliar feeding them as well, because Nature's Sunshine Concentrate is a precursor of soap, and they do say that you can use it as a fertilizer in very small quantities. It breaks down into salts, as all soaps do. So I'm wondering if that is not a way that I'm fertilizing without actually using an orchid fertilizer. But as you see, my plants are very, very healthy. I also use this same mixture when I see any bugs. It will kill any bugs that it comes in contact with as far as your orchids are concerned. White flies, it will completely get rid of those. And that seems to be, when I have an outbreak of something, that usually seems to be what I have. So that is what I'm doing. I'm going to show you all some other things with my water culture orchids. And these are my miniatures that I've had in full water culture since the end of April. I can't believe the root systems that they have developed. This one had 2 roots. If you'll remember, this was the cingolo that had just this part and this leaf. And this little kiki was just about to start, but you see it's starting to develop even more. And look at these beautiful roots that have been developing since I've had these in water culture. Also this one, I've had this one for 3 years. You can see there is new root growth everywhere. Beautiful, beautiful roots. As you see, some of them are red. think they're so pretty. So I hope you've enjoyed my update. I hope that I've explained how I fertilize my orchids in a most non-conventional way. And I hope you have a wonderful day and be highly favored, deeply loved, and greatly blessed. And we'll see you next time.